Hello, students, and welcome to a new lesson on unemployment and rural urban migration. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define unemployment and rural urban migration. You should be able to state the types, causes, consequences, and solutions to unemployment. Then, mention the types, causes, consequences, and solutions to rural urban migration. So let's begin. Unemployment may be defined as a situation where some people who fall within the ages of the working population that are capable and willing to work but are unable to obtain befitting work to do. Now, note that the problem of unemployment is becoming chronic and without any solution in sight. It has been constituted into one of the worst enemies of the people in this part of the world. So the problem of unemployment has been exacerbated by the prevalent retrenchments, unbridled rural urban migration, just to mention but few. So quickly, let's look at the various types of unemployment, beginning with the frictional unemployment. Now, this arises when people leave their present job with the hope of getting a new and better one, but fail to do so. While structural unemployment arises as a result of slight changes in the industrial structure of a country. For example, in the year 1984 in Nigeria, due to the economic recession, many firms folded up as a result of this, and workers were retrenched. Number three is voluntary unemployment. This unemployment, which is deliberate, occurs when some people refuse to take up any paid employment or they decide not to do any work. For example, a full-time housewife. Then we have seasonal unemployment. This is caused by seasonal changes that affect some type of work. Workers that work in road construction companies remain unemployed during rainy season. Farmers also stay idle in between harvesting and planting periods. Now, causes of unemployment. One, we have absence of industries. When there are no enough industries to absorb the large number of school leavers, we have poor agricultural system. Many school leavers do not consider agricultural sector as one of the areas where they can get employment. Then we have lack of social amenities in rural areas, which constitutes a push factor to rural-urban migration. Then when the supply of labor is higher than its demands, those unable to get job will be unemployed. Then we have a faulty educational system. The educational system we inherited from our former colonial rulers lays emphasis on writing reading, and arithmetic, which equipped us to be job seekers rather than job creators. Economic recession, just as the one experienced in Nigeria in 1984 and 85. Then we have high cost of education. All of these can cause unemployment. Then what are the consequences of unemployment? Number one is escalation of crime rates. Two is the waste of manpower. We also have the threat to peace, increase in dependence, reduction in investment, and it can also cause migration. Then what are the solutions to unemployment? Number one is achieving industrialization. Then we also have making agriculture more attractive. Then provision of social amenities to rural areas. This will discourage the school leavers from migrating to the urban areas. Then the restructuring of our educational system. For example, introducing pre-vocational courses like mechanics, electronics, woodwork, metalwork, just to mention but few. Then good development plan and population control. Then moving forward, we'll look at rural-urban migration. Now, simply put, it is the movement of people from rural or villages to the towns and cities. Rural-urban migration can lead to uneven distribution of population. It can cause congestions in town and also unemployment. Now, what are the causes of rural-urban migration? One, we have lack of social amenities in rural areas. Two, the availability of recreational facilities in urban areas. Then we have the need for higher education, to pursue higher education. Then others include the search for employment opportunities. Marriage can also cause rural-urban migration. Then natural disasters like earthquake, flood, just to mention but few, can also cause people to migrate from rural area to urban areas. Then what are the solutions to rural-urban migration? We have provision of social amenities in rural areas. This will discourage them from moving. Then establishment of industries in rural areas will also discourage people from migrating. Then we have the provision of recreational facilities in rural areas, establishment of higher education institutions, and the improvement of agricultural system. I want to congratulate you to have made it thus far in today's lesson. I began today's lesson by defining unemployment, looking at the types, causes, solution, and consequences of unemployment. I also discussed rural-urban migration by looking at the causes, the types, and the consequences. Ensure you attempt all quizzes and assignments in this module. Don't forget to use the question box for all your questions and suggestions. I'll see you in my next class. Thank you.